Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. I'm getting loads of comments, of course, about the recent videos I've been making about the cuts to the benefit system, and so many comments. I really do appreciate every comment that you've made. I do read them all. I try to at least like as many as I can, so don't think that you're going unheard, because I do read them all and I do reply to those that I can reply to as well. So thank you for doing that. Thank you to all the subscribers who've joined recently as well. Really appreciate that as well. So you'll hear, well, you would have heard yesterday in my video that I said that Keir Starmer was planning a meeting with the Labour Party to try and convince them that these £6 billion worth of cuts to the welfare budget is a necessity. Now that meeting took place yesterday, and it caused a little bit of uncertainty and a little bit of concern for some Labour MPs who apparently did talk to the newspapers about what they had heard and what they had not heard. So let's take a look at an article which talks about it, and I'll show you what I mean. Right, here we go. Starmer decries worst of all worlds benefit system ahead of deep cuts. So the benefit system is the worst of all worlds, with the number of people out of work or training indefensible and unfair, the Prime Minister has said as he prepares for deep cuts to disability payments. Addressing the private meeting of Labour MPs on Monday, Keir Starmer said that he would take tough decisions to cut the bill for working age health and disability benefits, which is expected to hit $70 billion by 2030. So this just goes to show you that this is what it's all about. It's about cutting the bill. It's not about helping people. It's just about giving them more money to spend on things that really aren't of interest to the country. The government has already vowed to cut $3 billion over the next 3 years, and is expected to announce billions more in savings from the personal independence payment, the main disability benefit. The Department for Work and Pension is preparing to publish a green paper on sickness and disability reform in the next few weeks, ahead of the Chancellor's spring statement at the end of the month. The Prime Minister's intervention comes amid deep disquiet in the parliamentary party about the scale of the changes likely to be faced by the most vulnerable. Addressing the meeting of the Parliamentary Labour Party in Westminster, Starmer said that the current system was discouraging people from working. The numbers of young people out of work meant wasted generation, he said, with 1 in 8 young people not in education, employment or training. The people who really need that safety net are still not getting the dignity they deserve. That's unsustainable, it's indefensible and it's unfair. People feel that in their bones, he said. It runs contrary to those deep British values that if you can work, you should, and if you want to work, the government should support you, not stop you. Starmer said the government would promise to make work pay for those who could work, and that a safety net would be there for people who needed help. So perhaps people who genuinely can't work will be protected. I mean, that seems to be what he's saying. I don't know whether I believe that, but let me know what you think down in the comment section, what you make of that little statement there. But echoing the words of the Justice Secretary Sabana Mahmood, last week Starmer said, this is the Labour Party. We believe in the dignity of work, and we believe in the dignity of every worker, which is why I am not afraid to take the big decisions needed to return this country to their interests, whether that's on welfare, immigration or public services or our public finances. After the meeting, MPs privately criticised the Prime Minister for failing to respond to a direct question on PIP when one directly challenged him. The MP described his own daughter, who has significant disabilities, and asked for reassurance about the cuts, saying they would have a huge impact on his own family. There was audible support in the room, but the PM did not respond. And that is, I mean, you know, it's, if he's not even responding to his own MPs, what is he not telling the public? You know, if he's not even telling his own MPs, if he's not even giving them assurances, how on earth can he reassure the general public? That's what I just don't understand. Another MP said that there was otherwise little specific dissent in the room. People wanted to know how to make the argument, and he talked about how many young people are on these benefits and how that cannot be right. Starmer's intervention came as a group of leading disability and poverty charities urged ministers to think again about the planned cuts, saying they would have a devastating impact on some of the UK's poorest families. Now it goes on to talk about that letter, which I talked about yesterday actually, but this is interesting, isn't it, that he wouldn't give his own MP these assurances. It does, again, as I've said before, it talks a lot about, or he talks a lot about the younger generation. So maybe they are the ones that are going to be targeted the most, but they do want to save this money apparently. So it's a bit up in the air. There was no real talk about what they're going to do in here, so obviously we're going to have to wait, but it shows that the Prime Minister is determined to make these cuts regardless of what even his own MPs believe. So anyway, let me know down in the comment section what you think about this, what you think about his statement here. I would love to hear your thoughts as always, and I hope that you are all staying well, and I will see you next time.